and welcome to this creative video workshop on character, story and animation. In this video, we're going to create a friend or foe for our character. This friend or foe is going to introduce an element of conflict that we're going to use in our story and our animation too. For this video, you're going to need a pen or a pencil and some paper, definitely. And then if you have it, some coloured card or paper and some scissors, because we're going to make a little scene for our new friend or foe character as well. Right, have fun. So now we need to create another character for our story. This is going to help us get a bit of a plot together involving our first character. Here's a reminder of mine, George Peanut, and a friend or a foe of that character. I've created a foe for George Peanut, and his name is David Biscuit. Here's David. I've made sure to make him look different from George by giving him a bigger nose and a much longer head and smaller feet. So he looks quite different from my character. We can tell that they are different. Here's my reminder of George Peanut, who loves singing, hates getting the notes wrong, dreams of being a professional singer but afraid of not being good enough. And we have to answer these same questions for our new friend or foe character. Now, the answers to these questions have to contrast in some way with your previous character. They have to be different, and they have to kind of have some element of potential conflict there, which we're going to use to create our story. I'll show you what I mean. David Biscuit loves peace and quiet. Now, we all know that George Peanut loves singing, so there is definitely a potential for conflict between David's love of peace and quiet and George's love of singing. David hates being distracted. Again, this could contrast with George's love of singing. David Biscuit dreams of being an astronaut. Quite different from George's dream of being a singer. David Biscuit fears failing exams. He's really worried about not passing his exams. And then the extra question we have to answer is, what is his relationship to George? Well, David is George Peanut's next door neighbour. So in some of these we can see the potential for a conflict. Some of these things getting in the way of each other. George's love of singing, maybe that distracts David or disturbs his peace and quiet. We need to start thinking about these because soon we're going to be developing a story, and from that we're going to make some animations from elements of it. The other thing you ought to do is a background, just like we did one for George when he was on the stage. We'll do one for David, either doing his hopes or dreams, or both, if you like. I've drawn David achieving his dream of being an astronaut. I just created a background with a white pen and a black piece of card. And just like before, I've cut out David so he can sit above the background. And this means I can use this background in my animation that we're going to make in a later video, if you have a smartphone or a tablet to do it with. So make sure you get your friend or foe set up for your character. Answer all the questions that we did for the main character, but make sure there's some potential for conflict. And then make a background for one of the scenes that relates to your friend or foe's dreams, likes, hates, or fears. Have fun.